The sun is going down, guys, and you know what that means. It's starting to get cool again. I'm so looking forward to spring. Either way, when we look at our world and we look at the changes that are going on, when we look at ourselves as well as the extensions of ourselves, our children, our community, are we giving our very best? If you say that you're putting your best foot forward, what exactly does that mean? Excuse me. There's supposed to be a community meeting coming up, and everyone is not always invited to these meetings. Are we looking for improvement when we don't invite everyone to the meeting? Okay, so you say everyone can't be invited to the meeting because it's not a big enough hall. Well, can the people who are involved be at the meeting? You know, if you're going to discuss world issues, you want to place it on the news, or you want to put it on television so that everyone can actually have access to it. If you say that you really want the true opinions of the community, then you want to invite the community out to the meeting. You see, we seem to always make a point of saying that we want to have a certain type of meeting, but we don't seem to be inviting the right people. If it's going to affect me, then invite me. If it's going to affect the dogs, invite the dogs. You know, with the different crimes that are going on in today's world, there's so much that we need to be discussing. There's so much that we need to improve upon. And the pressures, life's pressures do get in the way. You know, there's a great deal of people who are complaining right now because they're saying, how is it that we're all being affected by all of these different issues, and I have not been invited. I didn't get an invitation. I mean, I could say the same thing. I mean, if court is going on and you're discussing me, I would really love to be involved so that a person could actually get my own personal opinion, my personal view, my personal truth. Is that too much to ask? So, when we look at our world, and we look at the different views that people have, you know, it's important that we are allowing people to be able to have their voices heard, you know? So, let's look at a bigger picture, okay? Now, you know, of course I like Superman, so let's pull Superman back up. Oh man. Superman, you had these villains. The three villains who were messing up. They were actually contributing to the crime in the city, Metropolis. What they did was they took these three people and they put them in these triangular mirrors, like that mirror magic some people have been doing, and they sent them to another planet, okay? Now, in our crimes, in our society, you know, when people are committing different crimes, we have to hear what's going on. You know, we have children who have been placed in different situations where the children are being taught, you know, how to commit certain crimes, and they're paying families off so that the children will come into court and tell stories as well. You know, we're going to have to figure out a better way of doing things, because when we are corrupting our children's minds, then, and they are supposed to be our tomorrows, what does tomorrow hold? You know, some of these adults are going to have to be held accountable because they're having their children go into a courtroom and tell these stories. You know, the reason why all these superheroes were created was to show people. I mean, of course, they might have done it in a pretend, in a pattern or in a way in which it was, pretend. We still need role models, and we still need people in place to support our children. A lot of these children are going to need counseling when this whole case is finished. I don't know, it seems like it's taking a long time, but of course, I'm not exactly the most patient person. We do need to look at our laws. We need to reevaluate how things are being conducted. Because when we look at our laws and we look at how things are being carried out, and we're also looking at all these senators, they've aged out or they're, retiring. Who are we going to have in place to take those seats? We need to make sure that we're setting the good example so our children and our children's children might be able to step into positions like that one day. It has to start with us as being models. We don't need people just, doing anything and allowing these people to be in front of our children and our children observing that and thinking that it's right. Our society needs to be cleaned up. I'm sure that I have a lot of people on board to support this idea. But we do need to start with who it is that we're going to be electing, who it is that we're going to have in support of those people in office. And we do need to begin to be role models ourselves. So, just a view, just an idea, just a thought. But when we're carrying things out in our laws, it did start with a thought, right? So, let us begin. That's Indigo Moon. That's been my view today. And please, thank you for joining us. You have a wonderful day.